Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you saw on the title today, I'm going to be doing a battle of concealer wheels. For this, I'm going to be using the Judith August Cosmetics and also the Kryolan. So before getting into it, don't forget to subscribe below before you leave, and let's just go ahead and get started. So I'm first going to talk about this Judith August Cosmetics palette. This one's called Killer Cover Total Blockout Makeup. This one retails for $22. You can buy it off her website, and I believe this one's also listed on Walmart. You can use this concealer wheel for everything. You can use it for concealer, as a base for your eyes, as highlight and contour. You can also cover any tattoos that you have, any blemishes, discoloration on the skin. I could literally just keep going down the list because this palette really does it all. Moving on to the next one, this is a Kryolan. So it's a concealer circle, and they do have some different shades where like the shades change on the inside. I have the shade USA because I found it was like the more traditional one that would fit the most skin types and skin colors. So I just went with that one. So this one you have to buy off their website. I do think maybe it's on Amazon, but I'm not sure. This one retails for $33 to have the same kind of like color scheme going on. As you can see, they bring 5 shades. As you can see, 3 are light and 2 are just like more darker that you can use for contour depending on your skin type. I did use the darkest one over here, and then this one here, as you can see, is like the ones that I've dug up the most. And this one I went for the yellow one because it was the one that fit this one the most, kind of like matched it. And then this one over here, because this one, the Judith August Cosmetics, kind of have like an orange tint to it, so I just felt like that was gonna go better with it. I honestly don't even grab one over the other because one is better. I just really like them both, so I wanted to put them to the test and just put them side by side and see how they perform and how they're different. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, so without further ado, let's just get into it. I'm first gonna start doing my eyebrows, and for this I am using the Anastasia pomade in the shade Chocolate. I'm taking my Anastasia brush and I'm just brushing my eyebrows, and then I'm gonna start just outlining them. Taking the spoolie, I'm just blending out the front of the brow, so it kind of creates like a little shading. Like I said before, I'm going to be using this Judith August Cosmetics concealer wheel in my left eye. For this, I'm going to be using this shade right here. In this palette, I'm going to be using this shade right here because it is the closest color to match the Judith August Cosmetics shade. I'm going to start with my left eye, which is the Judith August Cosmetics concealer wheel. And I'm going to be placing this following the outline of my brow, and then bringing it down to create a base for my shadows. Then going on the top. Moving on to my right eye, again I'm going with the Kryolan. This side is going to take a little bit longer just because I'm using a smaller brush for this side. To blend all of this out, I'm going to be using the stippling brush from Makeup Geek. So as you can see, we're using this concealer wheels for everything. I've cleaned my eyebrows with it. I've used it as a base. We're going to use it as highlight, contour, and concealer. So as you can see, it's really worth the price because it's very versatile, and you can use its concealer wheels for almost everything. Sure, no matter your skin tone and your skin type, you can definitely find your shade in this palette. I'm taking my Morphe M224 and I'm going to be applying this for my concealer. So for the Judith August Cosmetics, again, I'm taking this shade right here. I mainly stick to this shade because I feel like it goes well with my skin tone. I'm going to be applying this right under my eyes. So you can see it's very thick. So it kind of feels a little sticky until you blend it out. And then I'm going to be applying this right under my contour line. So once I've done that, I'm just going to apply my contour. For this, I'm taking this concealer brush from Sigma. It's the F75. I'm taking this shade, which is like the darkest shade on the palette. This goes a long way, so I'm just applying it right here. Doing a line. I'm applying it on my jawline. And then going down. So now we're taking the Kryolan, and I really hope this doesn't dry out. And I'm going to be taking this shade on the top as well, and I'm applying that as concealer. This one's a little bit softer to apply. It doesn't mean, I'm not saying that the other one's harder to apply, it's just a different consistency. Then I'm going to be taking this shade right here because I feel like the one I have on right now is very orange and I feel like this one fits it the best. I'm taking a damp sponge and I'm just going to start blending this out. I'm starting with the Judith August Cosmetics side. I just realized I should have done this a second. Now I'm going to blend out my contour. The Judith Cosmetics one definitely goes a longer way because I have to blend it out for a long time and it spreads, so like once it's set you definitely have a lot more pigment in there than you think. Now I'm cleaning up just a little bit because it was a little bit messier than I was expecting it to be. So now that we've done that, I'm moving on to foundation, and for this I'm using the MAC Studio Fix and the shade NC30. I'm just putting one pump on my sponge and I'm literally just gonna try to use this for my whole face. So there it is. As you can see, I can still see my pimple on this side. This one I can see my blemishes a little less, but I can definitely still see them. If I wanted this more covered up, I can definitely just keep going with the with my foundation. But I do like doing just one pump because I feel like that way the contour looks very natural. I am gonna go over and set it with contour powder, but I feel like I really like how this looks this way. For this, I'm gonna be using this Chanel powder in translucent one, and I'm literally just taking my sponge and I'm gonna start putting it there. I'm gonna take it off very quickly because my skin is dry. I don't want to leave it there for too long. For bronzer, I'm going to be using this Bobbi Brown bronzing powder in Natural 1. And I'm taking my Sigma F40. I'm just going to go over that. For highlight, I'm taking this Becca highlighters. This is by Jaclyn Hill. And I'm going to be taking Champagne Pop. And just packing it right here. Do have to apply a lot for it to show up on the camera, so don't mind me. So I'm taking this same Prosecco Pop and I'm just applying it right here on the inner corner. To line my lips, I'm using this ColourPop lip liner. The shade is Dopey. For lipstick, I'm using this Milani. It's called Matte Darling. I'm going back into the Jaclyn Hill, taking this Champagne Pop. And I'm just gonna drop it. I'm gonna finish off my eyes and put some lashes on, and then I'll be back to tell you guys what I thought. Alright guys, so this is the final. As you can see, both sides look very, very similar. They honestly look like I used the same thing for both. It didn't cover up completely my under eyes, but I always say that I do have really, really dark under eye circles, so I don't expect almost anything to cover them up even when I correct them. So yeah, I really liked it. This one has like a more soft consistency than this one, and like a more sticky. When you apply it, you can definitely feel that you have like a lot of product on your face. Once you blend it out, that definitely goes away. So I mean, there's nothing to be concerned about, just like a warning when you put it on, it's gonna feel a little bit sticky. This one is softer. Once you apply it, you think it's gonna have more coverage, but honestly it comes down to just being almost the same. It's just a matter of like liking and what you prefer. I honestly don't grab one over the other. I just like whatever's closer, I grab it because they're both really good. I use them both a lot and I really enjoy them. I'm gonna use them for like when I'm going for like full coverage finish, like if I'm going to a wedding or something like that. I definitely grab this more often than other things. For every day, I do clean my eyebrows with them. If I'm doing a cut crease, I do use them. If I'm definitely like using it for a base shadow for my face, I do grab for them. But for when I'm using it for my whole face, I definitely do that when I'm going for like a more, you know, glam look. So yeah, I really like them. As far as pricing, this one's definitely more affordable, almost like $10 cheaper, so that's a plus. As far as shades, I do believe that they're mainly the same kind of like range, so I don't think one is like better off the other. Like if you're really like porcelain skin, you shouldn't be like, oh, I'm gonna go with the Kryolan because it's lighter. I really think they're like almost the same. The Kryolan one definitely has a darker shade than this one. As you can see, this one's very warm. I do feel like this one looks a little bit more cool toned, or maybe it's just darker. I do have to swatch it to let you know because I honestly never used that one in particular. I really like this. They work perfectly. I really enjoy them. I hope you guys enjoy watching them side by side. I definitely wanted to compare them and just see how they perform differently, but the finish was like almost the same. Like I can't even complain or say that one was better than the other because they both gave me almost the same finish. I'm really happy how it came out, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And if you're looking to buy a concealer wheel, if you had never like heard of one before, or if you've heard of it and you weren't sure if you're gonna use it for like every day or anything like that, I really hope that I helped you make a decision. So anyway, I'm blabbing, so I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye!
Aside from my soul.